Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia for the very final game of the 2025 BCL Asia East. It is the final, and the Broncos SAC of Ulaanbaatar will take on the Taoyuan Pauian pilots, the defending champions of the Chinese Taipei Plus League. All roads began indeed in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. It was Taoyuan who played their first game against the Ennis Matrix Deers, and having won in double overtime with a 3-point slender victory, this team has remained undefeated. And again, one thing is for sure tonight, one of these two teams will be a champion while the other one will pick up their first defeat. What's also undeniable, they both have booked their tickets to the 2025 Basketball Champions League Asia that will be hosted in the City of Gold, Dubai, between the 7th and 13th of June in just over a week's time. Well, these two teams represent, as the name implies, of this competition. They are the champions, as mentioned, the league here in Mongolia, the Plus League in Chinese Taipei. And tonight, one of them will lift the trophy of the 2025 BCL Asia East. Both teams, of course, number one, and there she is. It's only appropriate that the revamp of the BCL Asia qualifiers, now the BCL Asia East, deserves a trophy for the 8 teams having played a total of 24 games, 5 windows, and now the magnificent Final Four that was hosted here in simply an immaculate city and a growing basketball market in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. But who's going to lift that trophy? Will it be Taoyuan or will it be the Broncos? Well, both teams definitely come into this game with a lot of expectations. Broncos having the home court advantage, and the home crowd was simply exhilarating last night in that epic win, a rematch in which the Broncos unfortunately lost in round 1 of the BCL Asia qualifiers last year. But yesterday, they made amends, shooting 16 out of 34 from the three-point line. An exciting game, and the Broncos were able to finally defeat the defending champions of the Indonesian Basketball League, Pelita Jaya. Well, now we're going to get set to introduce the key players of these two teams, and I'm telling you right now, you couldn't call this one even if you had doubts. Chun Yu Jue, number 2 for Taoyuan Pauian pilots. Well, there's Chun Li Sheng. Both players have been very effective for Yergi Kamenos in the backcourt, and here's Quan Ta Yu, who really has been an exceptional player coming off the bench. But for him, it's a learning curve. Lin Tzu Wei, number 10, you're going to see him play substantial minutes tonight. The question is, how effective is he going to be against the backcourt defense of the Broncos? Well, Li Chia-Kang had a very good shooting night, hitting 4 3-point field goals against their rivals, New Taipei Kings, last night in the semifinals. But here's Alec Brown, one of the more dominant centers, a stretch 4 if you like, can step out, hit the 3-point shot. Well, Lin Chung, of course, has had his in and outs with the Chinese Taipei national team, but the thing you got to appreciate about him is the physicality, of course, on both ends inside the paints. And there is Pai Yao Chung, who many would say is probably the best point guard for this team. Julian Boyd, of course, experience already playing in a final, an Asian Continental final already this season, but it doesn't get any tougher than this. Well, they went against a team who were mid-table in the Japanese B League, and now they go against the very best from Mongolia. Lu Tsun Chang, and if there are any Filipino basketball fans watching live, you'll remember the three-pointer he hit in the third and final window that helped Chinese Taipei go to the best third-place finishes, in which they already qualified for the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup. And hopefully, in the case of the Taoyuan Pauian pilots fans, they'll be hoping that Lu Tsun Chang will be lifting that trophy. Well, the Broncos, the atmosphere, Mongolian basketball is on the rise. Blake Bayard has been instrumental within their backcourt. Probably doesn't take as many three-point shooters as he should, but there's Basketball. That opening game against New Taipei Kings in the first window for Group B only a month ago. Well, he proved to be an impeccable backcourt player. Now, if you want to know something about Sarul Elded, his three-point arc is like a negative parabola. But here is the future of Mongolian basketball. Remember the name, 20-year-old Azbayan. Well, he did all the little things yesterday, and I would say he was the key player that did help the Broncos win. Onsen Gun wasn't very active yesterday in the lineup. Did come in, of course, but you know, this team is so talented. And I think with the Broncos case, a lot is going to run through both Ian Miller and Jordan Tolbert. Well, Tushig Elbek does come off the bench and play a substantial amount of minutes for his team. Very much a backup point guard, but there is Binderia, a heavy fan favorite. Another small forward that probably is going to be very much a defensive key aspect tonight for the Broncos. And here's Jordy Chimanga, Captain Canada, of course. Former University of Nebraska in Dayton, Ohio. And there's Jordan Tolbert, now up against his former team. He once played for the Taoyuan Pilots. Tonight, can he lift the trophy? And here's who many would say, Ian MVP Miller. Of course, has played all over the world. And, you know, tonight, the Broncos will fancy their chances. But Taoyuan, they'll compete. A very collective team, very organized and tedious team, coached by Jorge Camanos, former Baskonia assistant coach in the Spanish ACB. Well, now we've introduced the players, it's only right that we introduce three of the very best officials. Well, we're very proud here at the BCL Asia and, of course, through our FIBA team. Tonight we have Yevgeny Mikheyev from Kazakhstan, Daigu Urishima from Japan, who recently just officiated the Japanese B-League Finals with Utsunomiya Brex against Ryukyu Golden Kings. And from Korea's KBL, we have Lee Kyung-won. Well, a big thank you and shout out to all of our referees who've done a magnificent job in all of our FIBA competitions. And tonight, here in the final of the BCL Asia East, they'll continue to do so here between Taoyuan Pilots and the Broncos. Well, Broncos going with Asbayar in the starting lineup along with Ian Miller and Jordan Tolbert, while Sarul Erden and Bataspor, two predominant three-point shooting backcourt players, will make up. Well, there you have it. Of course, head coach Adi Ungold, who only made his debut after being the assistant coach in that opening win against New Taipei Kings in the first window for Group B. And he hasn't lost a game. He's also won the domestic championship in the league. That's what it's known here in Mongolia. What a great start for such a young, promising, and coming coach. Well, no doubt, Lu Cheng will be in the starting lineup for Taoyuan. He'll be in the backcourt along with Pai Yao Chung, along Jared Jones and Alec Brown. Chun Yu-Jue, now he is going to have to be a defensive matchup for somebody, and I think they're going to put him up against Ian Miller. Well, Chun Yu-Jue, his defensive energy, almost becoming like a rash you just can't get rid of. And there again is Jorge Camanos, who started in the Japanese B-League and then came to Chinese Taipei, where he started with the Taichung Suns. And of course, winning this team the Plus League Championship against Taipei Fubon Braves after last season losing against New Taipei Kings. But will he have another trophy? Maybe two. Remember, both teams are on their way to the 2025 BCL Asia on the 7th of June to the 13th. Which will be held in the city of Dubai, the city of gold. Well, a message to all of our fans watching live on FIBA's official YouTube platform. To all of our Mongolian fans, Sein Banu, Sein Batshanu. To all of our fans in Chinese Taipei, Ni Men Hao, Huan Ying Guanling, Jitian Zima Yang, Sha Yule. Well, hopefully it's raining threes here for Taoyuan Pauian Pilots, very much a heavy three-point shooting team. Will they have the same success that they've had so far here in the BCL Asia East? While coaches getting some final words in with their players. Because you know when it's going to be game time, both of them are just going to really be hungry, go after it. Well, the players now enter the floor, shake hands with each other, pay each other homage, but we're now moments away from tip-off. Well, as mentioned, all roads did indeed begin back in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Since then, it's been a magnificent journey for both the Broncos and, of course, for Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. Of course, Pilots have a little bit of history. They played in this competition back in 2016. But back then, it was known as the FIBA Asia Champions Cup. Well, the FIBA Asia Champions Cup, now rebranded as BCL Asia, started back in 1981, and it was the Baiyi Rockets of the Chinese Basketball Association that lifted the first championship. And in 2019, Alvok Toku, the B-League, with a final team to lift the championship of the FIBA Asia Champions Cup. And after a short break, we're back. We're bigger, we're better. We are the #1 professional basketball competition here in Asia. We are the Basketball Champions League Asia. It's Taoyuan Pauian Pilots versus the Broncos. Almost an invitation. Made that 7 out of 10 already from the perimeter here in the first quarter. Unable to finish, goes out of bounds. Well, Broncos will get it back. Broncos can't tie the game up. But an offensive foul is going to be called now. Is this on Jordy Chimanga or is this on Miller? I think that's on Miller. Oh no, it's on Chimanga for a legal screen. And that's the final team foul for Broncos to give away. Jones trying to go for a seal-off. Bin to Rio, getting ready for a double. Boyd goes for another one. A little too short. Bin to Rio comes up. Now looking to attack again, that mismatch. Chimanga. Asbayar comes up with it. Still Broncos. Time has been taken off. Final shot coming. Miller's got to go quick. Miller, pump fakes, steps through. Well, it's not going to go, and that's the end of the first quarter with the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots, the champions of Chinese Taipei's Plus League, lead by 2 points here in the final of the BCL Asia East. Well, we're going to leave you with highlights, and we'll be back in just under 2 minutes. Well, hello, welcome back, everybody. Nimen Haoma, same Banu, same Batsanu to all of our Mongolian and fans from Chinese Taipei, excuse me. Second quarter of the BCL Asia East final coming up. Taoyuan Pauian Pilots currently leading by 2 points. It's been great action back and forth. Pilots 3 for 7 from the three-point line. Well, 7 out of 11 currently for the Broncos. Chun Yu Jue, well, too casual with it. Good hands by Chimanga. And now Batsbold kicks out. Tushigel Beg trying to find Jordan Tolbert. Almost turning it over. Well, Tolbert's got a mismatch. Another deep one goes flying. Offensive rebound falling into hands of the Broncos. Broncos currently only with 2 offensive boards, but Boyd comes up with it. Pilots have numbers. 2 back here for the Broncos. There's a kick out. Another reversal, but again, good transition defense. Boyd trying to hang in the air. Well, again, good recovery by Tolbert, and now Broncos can run. Both teams just trying to find their identity here in the first minute. Double going to the free throw line for the three-point play. That's just a fantastic take by the point guard. Because when Jordy Chimanga chases, you got to remember, oh, wow, Chimanga. Well, let me first defend Jordy Chimanga. It's a foul, clear as daylight. Not the best foul, but Chimanga's not that kind of player. If you ever get a chance to meet him, he's a very intelligent, very humble young man, and on the court, he's a competitor. I think what's happened there, he's mistimed that one, unfortunately. Well, Chun-Li Shung at the free throw line. These Pilots have only missed one free throw tonight. They've only taken 4. But one thing that's been good about the Pilots, they've been much better in terms of offensive rebound. Now, Coach Yogi Kamenos is just discussing with our referee, Yevgeny Mikheyev, that he felt it was excessive. Now, you can understand why, but by analyzing how Jordy Chimanga plays, he's not that kind of player. And I just think it's a mistimed block shot. Now, I think they are going to go for a head coach's challenge maybe. But no, I don't think they can on a foul. No, they cannot. Excuse me. You cannot go for head coach's challenge on a foul unless it's the last 2 minutes. Now, because Chun-Li Shung went to the ground, it looks like a change is going to have to happen. Well, what a fantastic coach. He's worked in the youth development for so long in Spanish basketball, then got his breakthrough as the assistant with Baskonia in the Spanish ACB. Well, Payao Chung having a sub in for this free throw. 2 points already this evening. That one play in transition. Giving Pilots a 3-point lead. Just over 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Remember, Broncos led by as many as 9. Because Broncos, very much a three-point shooting team, 7 out of 13. That's a kick out. Bottispold's got 5 seconds. Tolman's got to ISO. Good defense by Jones. Well, suffocated defense. And that's going to be a 24-second violation. Well, that's one thing that they have really, propelled and excelled under head coach Yogi Kamenos. Collectively as a unit, Pilots is such a great defensive unit. Trying to go Kosek, gets rejected and turns it over. I think Tusheg Beg may have had the block on that play. Well, I need to see the replay of this one. Well, great take by Lee Cha Kang. Oh no, it's Bottispold. That's a good block. That's the intensity you want to find here in BCL Asia East Final. Well, Tusheg Beg had the 3. Didn't go for it, hangs in the air. Well, comes up with it again and misses. For the Broncos, definitely, again, Payao Chung trying to run quickly. Kosek goes in, another block by Sarul Erden. And that just inspires and invigorates the home crowd. Bottispold now penetrates. Nowhere to go here. Finds Tolman, but again, time is winding down. Tolman's got to put up a mid-range shot. The offense not clicking here at the moment. Both teams right now need to find some organization here in their offense. That's a steal. That's going to go out of bounds. Wow. I think right now a timeout is definitely needed for either of these two teams. Well, you definitely can feel the energy of this game. The energy has been magnificent. But right now, the mental anxiety, second game in 2 days. Lutsun Chang back in the lineup. He's been terrific tonight. 9 points already. Has to kick out. 7 here for Lutsun Chang. Finds Jones. Well, he's got to shoot it. Has to put up a tough one. And Chimanga preventing Alec Brown from getting the offensive board. Well, that is the 6th offensive board for Taoyuan. 4 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Pilots have fouls to give, but they want to try to get one final possession. Broncos up by 1. Lee Cha Kang takes a gamble. Goes in, can't finish. Tolman rebound. It didn't hit the rim. There's a 3, gets it off. I don't think Brown was ready. And that is the end of the first half with the Broncos, the champions of Mongolia, lead against the champions of Chinese Taipei, Taoyuan Pauian Pilots of the Plus League. Well, we're going to take a break for 15 minutes, and we'll be back momentarily. Welcome back, basketball fans, live at the M-Bank Arena in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. This is the BCL Asia East Final Four. What is a final indeed in which the Broncos have a narrow advantage against Taoyuan Pauian pilots. Well, if you've only just joined us for the second half, it's been a three-point cookout. I like to call this the San Fud Show Party. Well, so far, 5 3-pointers have been made by the pilots, while the Broncos, 9 out of 18, a very impressive 50% for downtown. Well, that man right there, 1 rebound shy of a double-double last night in the semis. He was 0 for 6 from the perimeter, but tonight he's leading the scoring here. Second leading scorer in the game behind Ian Miller, but Alec Brown, 14 at the moment. Well, Brown has 5 rebounds. And even though both teams have already qualified for the second edition, the 2025 FIBA, well, the BCL Asia, I should say, which will be held in the city of Dubai, the city of gold, in just over a week's time. Somebody is going to lift the trophy, and somebody will pick up their first defeat. Both the Pilots and the Broncos, it's been an incredible ride for them. It's not been a walk in the park, but they do remain undefeated. Well, Broncos will have first possession. Only Miller and Brown in double figures tonight. Way to score. Sun Chang with 9 points. Finds a 3. Well, nobody going in for an offensive rebound. Broncos lead by 5. Pan Yao Chung, that's going to be a second personal foul. Well, we can talk about the import players all day long, but when you have players like Barisbon, Azbayas, Sarura, Den, they play at such a quick, explosive pace. Bayard want to go down to Chimanga, but he's got to come out to the perimeter. Chimanga's made 2 threes in BCL Asia East. Hasn't scored since game day 2. Chun Yu Jue taking the blocks. Jones pump fakes. Avoids the traveling violation. Brown's got 14. That one doesn't obey the laws of gravity. Well, here's where the Broncos, just such a disciplined team. They get into a quick transition, but anytime they need to slow it down. Here's Barisbon, 3's up. Well, Barisbon is actually going to try and chase his own rebound, but that will go back to the Pilots. Well, 23 rebounds collectively in this game here for Broncos. 5 of them have been offensive. And while Pilots have more offensive boards, they're just slightly under at 20. Wutsung Chang can't work in the pick and roll. There we go, but again, good interception by Chimanga. And that's what I like to call drop defense. Well, Chimanga inadvertently nutmegs his own teammate, but acknowledging it was a poor pass. That's a great transition. Chimanga and Tolbert, both the natural bigs in this 5, and just running in down the middle like trailers. Wutsung Chang. Oh, again, a forced pass, but that's going to be a kickball violation. Pilots will get it back. Well, no need for the Pilots to panic. I mean, they've been excellent so far here on the defensive end. Well, they have committed 6 turnovers, but they also do have 4 steals for that matter. Paiyao Chung, 360. Whoa. Just a shot, that would have been incredible. Both teams searching for that offensive identity. Lack of movement here on the offensive end. Another nutmeg. Well, get your umbrellas out. It is simply raining 3-pointers tonight here at the M-Bank Arena. Lee Kang goes up, out of control, can't get it. Broncos come up with it. And now Broncos want to run. Oh, what a time, but again, just a little bit too much mustard for Bendaria. Right idea. Well, tough one, of course. Jones can cut it down to 1. And that was a good look for him. It looked good, but unable to go in. 2-possession ball game. Now a minute left here in the 3rd quarter. Miller slices the defense. Another kick out. Barisbon. Well, had a lot of time and space. Trying to find Bendaria, but Boyd comes up with it. And Coach Camino's telling Julian Boyd. Well, Coach Camino saying to Julian Boyd, why are you arguing with the referee? Now, you can understand his frustration. There was a reach, there was a bit of contact, but now is not the time. I don't know what he said there, but you know, at least he acknowledges, okay, it's my bad, my bad. That is a true professional. He's made a mistake, he's acknowledged it, and he's got to play through it. Well, I don't think Taoyuan wants to pick up another Jishu Fangui. The foul's going to be called against Barisbon. Home crowd wanting a technical, and I don't think any player wants to pick up another Jishu Fangui. His hands all over Chun, there's no arguments. 5-point lead currently here to the Pilots. Oh, excuse me, to the Broncos, excuse me. Well, Tolbert's gone to the bench. He's going to take a slight breather. And an offensive foul. Boyd is just having right now a bit of a tough time. Well, he does not want to get another Jishu Fangwe because he would be out of here. But Coach Kavanaugh's just saying to him, calm down, play through this. Five-point lead to the Broncos. On the entire Pilots defense by himself. And now giving Broncos a 6-point lead. Paiyao Chung getting penalized for a carrying violation. Pilots need composure right now. Well, Paiyao Chung trying to be a defensive nightmare here for the backcourt of the Broncos. Because Pilots don't want to get into the penalty too early. Well, good hands. Now that's going to come off of Chimanga. Same thing for the Broncos. Having this 6-point slender lead, they've got to maintain their dominance early here in the fourth. Because you know if they win tonight, the atmosphere is going to be simply electrifying when they lift, if they lift the trophy. Paiyao Chung, reach in by Batispol. Now attacking the screen. And another foul is going to be called against Batispol. That's going to be his 4th personal foul, I think. That's his 4th foul, yeah. So that could be quite costly here for Broncos, but it looks like Coach, I'm not sure if Coach Adi Ungold knows he's got 4. Brown in the paint. Got it by Bendaria. And that's another foul. Well, Bendaria, that's only his 1st personal. That's a 2nd team one against Broncos.
First ball by number 25, 2nd team ball.
Well, Brown's been dominant tonight. 20 points, 6 rebounds. Because interestingly, this is going to be his 1st trip to the charity stripe tonight. They made 7 out of 8 from the free throw line tonight here at Taoyuan. 2nd one good. 2-possession ball game. Pilots trailing by 4. Well, good hands by Lu Tun Chiang, but he steps out of bounds. Well, that's going to remain 12 on the shot clock here now. Lu Tun Chiang's got to be slightly careful because he does have 3 fouls. That's the right call because there's no foul there. If anything, it's lucky he didn't miss time that one because he would have picked up his 4th. Miller going for a quick 3. Bit of contact. Boyd keeps this one alive. Taoyuan looking to cut this down to a 1-possession ball game. Paiyao Chung goes in. Oh, that's not a good sign. Because Batispol looks like he may have just tweaked his ankle. Oh, no, it's not Batispol. It's Bendaria. Oh, no, it is Batispol. Coach Adi Ungold. Yeah, Batispol headed to the bench. Looks like he's in quite a world of pain at the moment. Also, Jody Chimanga subbing out, so Tolbert coming back in. Lu Tun Chiang hits the side of the backboard. Trying to fight for it again. Boyd keeps this one alive. Brown time and space. And now they have 10 on the shot clock. Lu Tun Chiang, another one. Well, may have just got how excellent Ian Miller is. And he lets everybody know. And a timeout's going to be called by Yogi Kamenos. 8-point ball game. And listen to this home crowd tonight here at the Ambank Arena in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. I mean, how do you explain this? I'm a professor, a PhD in basketballology, but there is no explanation. This man defies the laws of basketball logic. Still plenty of time in this game for Taoyuan Pauian Pilots, down by 8 with 4:05 left. Well, the Pilots have only committed 10 turnovers tonight. Whereas you look at the Broncos, they've committed 16, but Broncos at the moment, the same three-point stat line they had last night against Polita Jaya, 16 out of 34, and 30 points coming from Ian Miller. Lee Cha Kang looks to attack. Pump fakes. This time draws a foul. This time will go to the free throw line. Well, looks like he's taking a shot to the back, and that doesn't look too good for the Pilots. See, when Pilots were able to get into the penalty very early, they should have taken advantage. Now, Jared Jones is going to re-enter play here for Julian Boyd. Because any other given night, you'd think Pilots would be in total control. I mean, they've made 9 out of 25 from the perimeter, 31 rebounds. 10 of those have been offensive. I mean, they're shooting 42% collectively from the field entirely, but when you're up against a team that is just simply unconscious, terrifying confidence from the three-point line, it makes it very tough. Well, that is a third missed free throw here in the fourth quarter for the Pilots. 2 missed by Payao Chung. Think about it, you make all 3 of those, it's only a 5-point ball game. Mongolian fans try to put him off. Second one good. Well, Chimanga and Alec Brown getting into it. And great work by referee Daigu Urashima, who just recently officiated the Japanese B-League Finals. Just not getting too overreactive there. That's great officiating by our referees. Let's hold it up against Alec Brown. Wants to ISO. Still there's hope and believe him. Well, Azbayad is going to get called for an illegal screen. Well, Broncos have got to show more composure. Let's have a look at the replay. Watch Azbayad. Hey, cameraman, come on, let's go. Keep up. I'm just playing. Jones baseline. Lutsen Chang. Oh, again, nobody going in for an offensive rebound. And that would have been gift wrap there for the Pilots, just to come up with it. 2 minutes left. Miller attacks. Goes in. Good hands. And now, Taoyuan can go quickly here. Well, Brown going for a deep one. But again, nobody goes in for an offensive rebound. That's where Pilots just let themselves down. Because somebody could have easily got in and contested. Tolbert almost turns it over, but a foul will be called. That's going to be the third team foul against Pilots. So we only have 1 to give, down by 7. 1:37 to go. Well, you've got to appreciate the atmosphere tonight here at the M-Bank Arena. 90 seconds left here in BCL Asia East. Broncos lead by 7. Badispo over the screen, deep three. Goes out of bounds. Now 1:22 here, and Coach Yogi Kavanos will call timeout with 82 seconds left. Is it possible down by 7 here for the Pilots? We'll be back in just under 1 minute. Well, Pilots are going to advance the ball, which tells me they're going to go for something quick. Cha Kang will inbound this. A 3 would make everything so easy right now. Got to get it inbound. No time to waste. Woodson Chang now looking to isolate. And that's going to go back to the Broncos. Now, will Coach Yogi Kavanos go for it? Yep, he's going to call for it. Head coach's challenge will be coming up. So the players indeed will have to go to the benches while our officials will have to go down and review who took the last touch. That's a penetration. That's tough. Very tough to see unless we get a baseline view. We'll find out what they're going to go with. Well, again, we'd like to thank you and welcome everybody watching live on FIBA's official YouTube platform. If you are watching, please hit the like button on the stream. Subscribe to FIBA on YouTube, and make sure you follow BCL Asia on Instagram, X, and Facebook. Of course, a big shout out to the FIBA Asia committee, the staff, and also the social media team for just delivering terrific basketball news, highlights, and content that matters to you most. And if you love it, please support BCL Asia and follow us on Instagram, X, and Facebook. This is going to be a very tough choice here because the original replay we had from the half court, or from the opposite baseline, was quite inconclusive. Well, we're going to find out. Will this be successful? No, it's going back to the Broncos. Unsuccessful head coach's challenge. Here's another look. Well, I'd say that is correct. That's a correct choice. Well, Taoyuan now putting on full court pressure. You want to force a turnover if you can. Now over a minute away from becoming BCL Asia East champions. Lee Cha Kang can't finish. Foul's going to be called, so 2 free throws coming up here for Jared Jones. Well, it's been a great game of basketball, but it's just fair to say Broncos have been better here in the fourth quarter. The good thing, though, for both these two teams, in over a week's time, we'll see them both in Dubai. Jones so far almost averaging a double-double with 17 points, just under 10 rebounds. First free throw is good. Because prior to this game, he's taken a total of 24 so far. He's a 70% free throw shooter here in BCL Asia East. He cut it down to 7 points. Now Pilots want to put on the full court pressure. They have 1 foul to give. They want to double team at some point. They don't want to foul now. Well, Miller throwing elbows. But they're going to call the foul against the Pilots. And the problem with that foul is that they probably didn't triple team without reaching. Well, here comes the triple team. That's the reach. Could have called, yeah, that's a foul. I'd say that's on Lutsun Chang. Which indeed it is. That's his 4th foul. No 5-second violation. Kick out. Bottisfold had the 3, didn't go for it. As by Yard from 15. Gets his own rebound. Foul's going to be committed, so 2 free throws. Well, history will be made tonight, as for the first time, a professional Mongolian basketball team will indeed win an Asian Continental Championship, and that is the BCL Asia East. Well, you've got to credit Taoyuan because they came here, they played well, they played through the adversity, but the Broncos, I mean, anytime you have a team that shoots as well as they do from the 3-point line, and tonight they were 16 out of 35. Well, you expect that team to win. As Bayard makes both. And Coach Yogi Kavanos will indeed call timeout. 32 seconds left. Broncos lead by 9. The final of BCL Asia East. Well, they're going to advance the ball again. You've got to go for a 3 now. You got to hope it goes in, and then you've got to come, press, double team. Jones getting it bound, almost turning it over. Lutsun Chang keeps it alive. No time to waste. Lee Cha Kang puts up a prayer. Hai Yao Chung comes up with it, but he steps out of bounds. And now you can sense it. Now you can feel it. Miller, Tolbert getting the crowd into the game. There's a 3-pointer. Yeah, just outside of the foot. That's very unfortunate. And Broncos, they are the 2025 BCL Asia East champions. Party time tonight here in Ulaanbaatar. Well, I'd like to thank everybody joining us on the FIBA International YouTube platform. I'm heading down courtside to have an interview with the player of the game as we get set to get prepared and ready for the championship ceremony. Well, to all of our fans in Chinese Taipei, Ai Ni Men, Xie, and I'll see you all in Dubai for the 2025 second edition of the BCL Asia.
Konservatiгийн аваарга.
I'm now currently with the player of the game, Ian the Chef Miller, making history tonight. Broncos, first ever Mongolian professional basketball team to win a continental championship. What does it mean to you and your teammates?
It means the world to us, but it means the world to everybody in here. This is what we work for. This is what the Broncos organization and Mongolian Basketball League work for, and that's what we came with today.
You know, you're a very... I say I've got quicker reflexes than you, though. First of all, listen, what can you say about this magnificent fan base?
You see it, the energy. Everybody's still in here after the game. They support us every night. They give us the love, win, lose, or draw, and that's all you can ask for as a player.
Championship is good, but there's still another tournament to go. I mean, what is going to be the mentality going to Dubai?
Perfection. That's it, being perfect, and that's what we're aiming for, so that's what we hope to achieve.
Now, I think a lot of fans watching the game, we had over 17,000 live viewers on FIBA's YouTube. Many people asking the question, do you ever miss a three-pointer?
Sometimes.
Ian Miller, the chef, congratulations, 30 points. You were amazing. I'll see you in Dubai. Well, I'm now with the head coach of the SAC Broncos. Coach, first of all, congratulations. Let's go back. That opening game in Chinese Taipei at the Xinjiang Arena. Your first game as a coach. Did you ever imagine that you would get to this level and lift the BCL Asia East Trophy?
За яг одоо байгаа энэ байрал дээр энэ ажил дээр байгаа гэхдээ үнэхээр одоо ч сэтгэж чадахгүй байгаа маш том ажил байлаа. Тэгээ үнэхээр хөлгүүдийн нийт үнэнч хөгжөөнд дэмжигчид, спонсор байгууллагууд, нийт тамирчдаа маш их баярлалаа гэж хэлмээр байна. Тэгээ манай баг тамирчид бол 8 сараас хойш өдөр бүр өөрсдөө хүч болгоныг туслуулсан. Тэрний үр шим өнөөдөр гарч ийн. Тэгээ үнэхээр тамирчдаа хайртай шүү гэж хэлмээр байна. Заримдаа үнэхээр тамирчдайгаа хараад тамирчдайгаа өмнөөс шаналх үе байдаг. Тэгээ тамирчид маань яг энэ түүхийг бүтээж чадлаа гэж хэлмээр байна.
And of course, the success that you've achieved tonight and what you've achieved here in BCL Asia East, it's about making history and inspiring the future of Mongolian basketball. What impact do you think you and your team will have on the future of the sport in this magnificent country?
Үнэхээр яг манай Монголын сагсан бөмбөгийн клуб Азийн топ түвшинд гарч ирсэн шүү гэж яг энэ тоглолтоор мэдэгдмээр байна. Бид үнэхээр 20 гаруй жил маш хүчтэй хөдөлмөрлөлийн үр дүнд энэ зогсож чадлаа гэж хэлмээр байна.
And coach, one more tournament, BCL Asia, Dubai. Wouldn't you love to see all of these fans take a vacation to Dubai to support the Broncos?
За одоо Дубайд болох тэмцээнд бид нар яг энэ ордон цугласан тэгээ сошиалор болон зурагтаар үзсэн олон мянган үзэгчид монголчуудынхаа итгэлийг алдахгүй тул өөрсдийнхөө хамгийн сайнаар хичээх болно гэж амлаж байна.
My final question to you, Coach. I've been in Mongolia twice now. The basketball fans are magnificent. What would be your final message to the magnificent support that they've given you here twice at home?
За яг энэ ордонд цугласан нийт үнэн хөгжөөн тэмцэгчид бол биднийг хүнд хэцүү үед, өршөлтөөнтэй үед үргэлж дэмжиж бидний ард бат зогсдог байсан үнэхээр баярлалаа гэж хэлмээр байна.
Coach, thank you very much. One minute. Please stay with us. No, I'm just saying, can you see if I stand here? Let's get my phone out. Hold on. Give me a second. My honor to introduce two very important guests that will help us lead the trophy ceremony. At the moment, I'd like to introduce the head of FIBA Asia, Mr. Hagop Kadirian. And I'd also like to welcome the Secretary General of the Mongolian Basketball Federation, Mr. Sambu. Space, Erica. Sorry, if you did, just push me through space. We've got to introduce Taoyuan first.
The fans, and let's start with the MVP.
Well, basketball fans, it has been a magnificent journey here in BCL Asia East. 5 windows, 24 games, 2 groups, 8 teams, and now 2 teams will head to Dubai. But now here in the BCL Asia East, we'd like to introduce the most valuable player. And I think it's been no argument that in the BCL Asia East 2025, your most valuable player from the Broncos, Ian Miller. MVP. Your 2025 BCL Asia East Most Valuable Player, Ian Miller. And now at this time, we'd like to welcome and introduce the runners-up for the 2025 BCL Asia East, your Taoyuan Pauian pilots. Number 2, Chun Yu-Jue. Number 3, Chun Li Sheng. Number 6, Quan Ta-Yo. Number 10, Lin Tzu-Wei. Number 12, Li Chia-Kang. Number 21, Alec Brown. Number 25, Lin Chung. Number 30, Pai Yao Chung. Number 42, Julian Boyd. Number 45, Jared Jones. Number 69, Lu Tsun Chang. Ladies and gentlemen, your runners-up for the 2025 BCL Asia East, the Taoyuan Pauian pilots. And the coach, Jurgi Caminos. Assistant coach, Yang Yifeng. Ladies and gentlemen, a big congratulations to the runners-up of the 2025 BCL Asia East, the Taoyuan Pauian pilots. At this time, I'd like to welcome Mr. Hagop Hajirian, FIBA Executive Director of Asia and FIBA Asia Secretary General, to welcome and introduce the champions of the BCL Asia East. Basketball fans, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome FIBA Executive Director of Asia and FIBA Asia Secretary General to introduce the champions, Mr. Hagop Hajirian. Number 0, Chulumbatan Ikbayar. Number 3, Batar Erden Barsbold. Number 5, Enkbata Sarul Erden. Number 7, Altangarel Azbayar. Number 11, Davardosh Muntuvshin. Number 13, Muk Achir Tsangun. Number 17, Erhembayar Ermunzaya. Number 20, Elbeg Tushig. Number 25, Sandardoch Binderia. Number 32, Jordi Chimaga. Number 33, Jordan Tolbert. And number 44, the most valuable player, Ian Miller. Head coach of the Broncos, Erdene Ariambold. At this time, we'd like to ask the captain of the Broncos, Davardoch Muntuvshin, to come and receive the trophy of the 2025 BCL Asia East. Your 2025 BCL Asia East champions, the Broncos. Congratulations, your 2025
PCLA's champions, Broncos! You should have all been going to power!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the post-game press conference for the Basketball Champions League Asia East game between Team Broncos and Team Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. Team Broncos beat Team Taoyuan Pauian Pilots 86-77. We now have with us the team coach Yurgi Caminos Osandizaga and player Alec Brown. Coach, can you please give us your comments about the game?
Congratulate Broncos. I mean, they play really well these two games. Clearly, the difference, not only today, yesterday also, is how they could shoot the threes. Today with Miller and with Batar, and then the number 3, the point where they make the difference on a game that we have more second chance point, more fast break, more points after turnovers, but their 3-point percentage that they have today, especially I think that Miller, nothing to say to my players, they worked him really good. He shoot in front of them. He deserved to be the MVP on the way that he played, and he make the biggest difference on the win today, and congratulate them.
Okay. Alec Brown, can you also give us your comments about the game?
Yeah, I mean, Coach said it. They played a really good game. They made a lot of tough shots. I felt like we played a lot of good defense. They only really got a few open shots all game. So I mean, just want to thank my guys for the effort on that. And yeah, it's tough. I mean, we just came off a final, tough 7-game series final back in Taiwan. So this week it's kind of tough, kind of getting back in the groove and coming back off a high like that. I mean, it's a little tough. So. We still came out and competed, and proud of the guys for doing that.
I now have a question for the coach. How much of a learning curve is this loss as you guys now prepare for the BCL Asia next week?
I didn't hear good.
How much of a learning curve is this loss as you guys now?
Life is always a learning. I mean, how much, let's see, depending on how much we learn. We know what happened today, but how much we are going to learn, we are going to know in the future. For us, maybe this is important, like Alex said, because we came from a break after our league to back to have the rhythm of competition. Yesterday, I feel that we have some feelings, and today we back to have like really tough game. And for us, have to be really important, keep this level of intensity, hope that we can recover with some players that we have injuries that were important for us, and they can help us in Dubai.
Okay, thank you. This is the end of the first part of the press conference. We'll be back soon with the Broncos team. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Welcome, welcome back to the second part of the post-game press conference. We now have with us the team coach Aaron Botlirton and player Barsol Batrиртэн. Coach, we would like to have your words about the game.
This game is so hard because just the Pilot is a very big team because they got a silver medal from the ESL. So they are already competed against the very top team of the ASEANs. Then we try to do our best in this game, and that's why just their tall guys is very good, especially the local players is very hard working on the defense and offense. That's why just we are so excited to beat this team. So thank you for the Pilots team.
Okay. Barsol, your thoughts about the game?
Мэдээж маш хүн тоглолт байлаа. Тэгээд Азийн бас урдаа барьдаг Зүүн Азийн том багуудын нэг учраас бид нар өөрсдийнхөө одоо хамгаалж чадхаараа талбай дээр гарахыг хичээсэн. Тэгээд юун түрүүнд багийнхнаараа маш их бахархаж байна. Өдрөл өмнө жилийн 8 сараас эхлээд одоо хүртэл ингээд нэгэндээ итгээд өдрө болгон бэлтгэлээгээд тэгээд явж байгаа юм даа.
So firstly, very congratulations for teammates because just the Pilots is one of the best team in the East Asians. This game is so hard, and we tried to our best tonight. So from the August we do the practice every day. Every day we are doing best in the practice and the game. That's why we are so excited in this situation.
Now I have a question for the coach. From falling short of advancing last year, the Broncos have not only qualified for the BCL Asia 2025, but also emerged as the champions of the BCL Asia East. As a coach, how proud are you of the turnaround that the whole team accomplished?
So the last season and the last year, the BCL is the new league in our club in the history. That's why just in that moment we didn't have any experience about the international games. Then our management team put it in the goal in this year. We need to step by step go forward in this year. So our players is so smart. Our players is very hard workers. That's why just I'm so proud of my players because they are learning and they are getting experiencing day by day and game by game. That's why just in this season, just our mindset is so different than the last year. That's why we got it this season.
Okay. What do you think that changed that led to the success?
The most important thing is just our players, especially the local players, has a very big experience from the last year. That's why in this season they don't have any fear, any excuse, because we already have played against some of the Asian teams. We put the goal in this season, just the Mongolian professional league. So we put the goal get the trophy of the Mongolian Pro League, also qualify the next step in the BCL. But this season we are very, very, very good. Everybody worked very good. That's why we get a champion in this season, the East Asian League.
Okay. Now I have a question for Barsol Batrиртэн. How confident are you of the Broncos' chances in the BCL Asia after winning this championship?
How confident?
Are you of the Broncos' chances in the BCL Asia after winning this championship? Okay. Энд одоо ингэ төрүүлсэн тэгэхээр дараагийн BCL Asia-да төрүүлэхэд ер нь хэр ихтэй?
Яг тэгэж алсыг харж хэлж бол чадахгүй. Тэгээ бид нар өдрөөс өдөр тоглолтоос тоглолтод зөвхөн өмнөх тоглолтоо харж тэгээ дараагийн тоглолт гэж бэлтгэлээ гэж бэлтэж байгаа. Тийм болохоор нэг яг тэгж ингэн гэж амлалт өгөхөд бас хэцүү. Ямар ч гэсэн урд тоглолтуудаа өдөр болгоо очих хожгийг гэж өдөр болгоо бэлтгэлээ юм тийм.
Right now I don't have any special thing in the next level. But our team is working step by step. Just the next game is game by game. The next game is so crucial for us. That's why just we preparation the game by game, do the practice, then go forward one by one. That's why I don't have anything else about the next round.
Thank you, Aaron Batlirton, and thank you, Barsal Batlirton. The post-game press conference is officially over, and thank you all.
Thank you.
Goodbye.